Hello and welcome to Gaia GPS. This is where we come and pull cards for the Astro week ahead. I'm Mimi and I'm here with Nicole Oman.
Hello.
Who was dancing and making me laugh right as we started. And we're kicking off a week of a lot of shift with the moon shifting into Gemini. So the moon is shifting into Gemini tomorrow night. And this moon into Gemini is like heralding Mercury going direct and the shift of the sun into Libra. So this moon and Mercury is going to take us through. And I've got an interesting message in it. I'm going to start with my Osho cards. Going with the flow, moment to moment, and slowing down. And here's why. With shift, we've been through a lot this year, but with shift, you've got to like get quiet, be in the flow, let the universe energies kind of like guide you. But there seems to be a deeper message coming through my angel prayer oracle cards and my universal love deck. So from the angel prayers, I've got spiritual gifts. Archangel Raziel. Look at this picture of him. Oh my gosh. Like, I want this angel in my corner. It says, basically, your spiritual gifts and talents are starting to come into alignment at this time. And from the Universal Love Guidebook is Message from Afar. And so I think this is actually tuning into that energy. They're wanting you to get quiet, slow down, be in the flow, because there are some gifts wanting to unfold. And it's so interesting the timing with Mercury still retrograde, but about to go direct. I feel like, I believe, honestly, that we all have gifts of intuition. I think we all have psychic gifts. And one of the best psychic gifts that anybody can develop is the psychic gift. I don't know what it's called. I don't even know if it's considered a psychic gift, but the psychic gift of communicating with your physical body. And I was talking to somebody the other day who's actually a very intuitive person. He's like, I can't, my body won't listen, blah, 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 all this stuff. And I was like, it's like talking to an animal. Like, you first talk to an animal and you're like, do you understand me? I don't know if I'm understanding your noises. And then there's suddenly the energy shifts and you're like, oh, we're talking. We're totally talking once you've had an animal for a while. I see the body as an animal. And so I really am getting the message through this that we're being asked to slow down. Pay attention to your home. Pay attention to your body. Listen, and I'm going to go more into this with my next set of cards. Like, I see this message going even further. But talk to it like you would an animal. Listen to it. Communicate it. This is one of your biggest spiritual gifts you have, is knowing what's going on in your body. And I feel like beyond all that, when you do that, you actually do open other channels for other psychic gifts coming through, because this is our reality antenna. This is how we interpret and receive everything. So get in touch with your body. Gemini, moon in Gemini is the sign of, Gemini is the sign of communications. So, and we've got Mercury retrograde for, another day or so as it moves in, another day basically, helping us, okay, I'm just gonna start this process. I'm gonna, start talking to myself, start listening to myself, receive this spiritual gift of knowing what my body is saying. But find your flow, find your own flow of that. And it is, I've got the moment to moment card, but slow down, talk, just try it. And if you do it that's how I made friends with my body. Still a work in process. But like, that's how I came to talk to my body, was like, I'm just gonna listen and I'm just gonna talk to you like you are a being and see how this develops. And it did. And it's changed a lot of things for me. Nicole?
So being a Virgo, in the Virgo a lot of times rules the body. I'll give you a couple more tips if you want to learn how to really work and listen to the body. The biggest way the body talks to us, fortunately and unfortunately, is through pain. So thinking of where you hold tension, that says a lot about where you're carrying your stress, where you're carrying still issues. So pain, so looking at where you accrue pain or where you have illnesses, right? So if you have like chronic fatigue syndrome and you're constantly tired, that's your body telling you something, that your body's constantly tired. You have this fog around you, and so you have to clear that fog out. So each one of our ailments, the body, that's the grossest form, and not like gross like boogers and snot or something. But gross meaning like physical level, that's like the heaviest way that it does is pain. When you start connecting to it though, and in your meditations, what I do is I put the focus on the body, put the focus on the self, and feel your sensations. A lot of times I'll feel like a block in the heart if I'm needing to open that up, or I'm feeling warmth in my heart or coolness in my heart, or even sometimes restriction in the throat. What am I not saying to somebody, right? So it's pay attention to the sensation of the body. The body is never out of the moment. It's never in the past. It's never in the future. It's telling you how you are working with your body now and what you're carrying from the past. And those are the blocks. Those are the things that are blocking us. So pay attention to the sensations of the body. Pay attention to the pains in the body. And also pay attention to when your body feels good, right? And that's the time when the body is feeling good, energized. Ask it, why do you feel energized today? Oh, because you had a smoothie in the morning. Aha, it likes that, right? So we got to listen, and we got to listen to the cycles of the body, because the body goes through cycles as well. I mean, especially women, we know our cycle, right? So we flush, so you got to listen to the cycles of the body. Okay, so little body teaching from the Virgo. Back to the moon in Gemini. So the moon in Gemini is telling me this. Okay, they're downloaded. Hold on, I'm getting downloaded. What I'm going to talk to you about first is this consciousness card. This is in the present moment. This is taking our power back. Ooh, look at this. Taking power back from our fears and allowing us to focus on what we need instead of focusing on the stress. So if you have this fear, and just like Mimi said, this, so I have the exchanging gifts card and I have this unfinished business. Maybe there's something that you started that is aligned with your purpose, but your fear or stress started to build up. And we gave our power, we gave our focus to the stress and the fear. Like, I'll use me as an example. I started a book and I got only to the book proposal. I didn't think it was good enough, so I let it sit on my computer, right? But I know what my ultimate vision is I want to do workshops and I want to write my book so I can reach a massive audience. That is my result. So I have to focus on my result, then find the purpose of why I'm doing that. I want to do that, one, because I want to help more people, a massive audience. And two, and here's my selfish reason, I want to create abundance with something I love to do, not what I'm obligated to do. But to have my result, my purpose, I have to take my power back from my fear and my resistance, and I got to continue to realign with my focus or realign with my purpose. So I will go through my thresholds of fear so I can manifest what I want. So what this Gemini energy is telling us to do is refocus on the result and the purpose so you can continue on your path to your higher vision. And then I have the Fool card in reverse, or the Fool card, meaning it's time to let go of the past, let go of the way we used to do it so we can have this new beginning with the same project or the same vision that we have so we can manifest that. Don't get so scared of the unknown. Yes, we are all moving into the unknown. You haven't done this before. As we go for our purpose, you are going to go into the unknown. You have to do things differently. You have to continue to trust and have faith. And this could be around anything. Mine is just around career. This could be around career. This could be around relationships. This could be about body stuff, losing weight, whatever that is for you. So reconnect to the result and the purpose so you can keep moving forward more focused and with more determination. So you don't let the fear stop you.
All right.
Woo! I almost knocked my thing down.
Wow. Okay, so next we have Mercury. Mercury is going direct. Woo!
Yeah.
So just over 3 weeks of Mercury retrograde that we have been through. Mercury is going direct late on Wednesday evening. It's shifting direct at 10:31 p.m. And like I said, I have more body stuff going on with this. Mercury has been retrograde in Virgo, the sign of the body. And it is also the sign that represents, mental energy as well. Virgo is co-ruled by Mercury. So there has been a lot of the mental stuff going on. But this is furthering what I said about the body stuff. I'm going to start with my angel prayers card. And this is healthy choices. Thank you, angels, for guiding me to make healthy decisions. Angels are encouraging you to make healthy choices for your body, your mind, and your soul. Looking after your soul energy is one step, but having a balanced diet and healthy relationships will also contribute to your spiritual growth. Your pillar of strength, ensure you look after your inner light. So that's the message from that. And along with that, I've got the Lover's card, I've got the Guilt card in reverse, I've got the Suppression card. And what I'm feeling is just, like I said, furthering that message of being good to your body, loving your body. As we go over these lessons that we've rolled over them when Mercury is direct, now we've gone back over them, and now here we go again, all through Virgo, communicating with your body, loving your body, showing up and making good choices for your body, whether it is through the mental decisions of what you're letting go of guilt, releasing that which suppresses you. How do you love yourself? We've got all this Libra energy. We have the sun about to move into Libra. We have Venus finishing up in Libra, and we have Jupiter in Libra for this next year. And the theme of that to me is like knowing your worth and loving yourself before all the other energies, before all other relationships, holding that space. So how do you make the healthy choices now as we move back over these things? The other card that I have, which I think is giving us good direction in how to tune in, besides the last message that Nikki and I both gave you about, honoring your body, I've got Earth Connection. It says, take refuge in Mother Earth, spend time in nature, feel her healing energy, allow her to nurture and heal your body, mind, and heart. Breathe her air, feel her beneath your feet, supporting you, feeling the deep pounding of your heart. Your concerns will soon dissolve, and you'll gain clearer perspective on your life. Let your heart and mind be filled with the unconditional love that surrounds you. Let it flow to every part of you that is in need of healing as you are nourished by her wise and loving heart. So let yourself be nurtured, but it's a physical thing. It's body, mind, spirit, soul, and that to me is like the essence of Virgo, is when you're really working with all of those all together in that wholeness, that holiness. Come together. But so often, I think truly loving all four of them is like kind of put to the wayside. We're either like really hyper focused on the body and like let the spirituality go to the side, or we're super focused on the spiritual side and suddenly realize that we're not eating. We're eating a diet that our body's like screaming at us about. Find that wholeness and make holy and healthy choices for you as we move direct again. And I think this may also come about in any conversations that need to be had as well. I think that's part of that guilt energy and that suppression energy that's coming through with this, that there may be some conversations now that it's going direct that you need to have to honor your self-love. So, Nicole?
Yeah, so I'm going to start with the Wisdom of the Oracle cards for this one. So one of the things that you got to listen to your body, and the reason why you have to listen to your body is because you have to, that old adage, know thyself. You have to know thyself, because what I'm getting at this deep knowing card in reverse, this is telling me that you are in psychic overload or empathy overload. So when you know your own body, you will know when you're dealing with you or when you're being empathic. So as an empath, the way that I start to navigate other people is I can feel into their body and I can see where they're blocked. As I do that, I can feel their pain. But I've been doing it for so long that I know how to decipher whether it's my pain or if it's their pain. But that takes a lot of work, and it takes a lot of practice to know when it's not mine or yours. Know which pain is whose, right? So if you're walking around and you are extra sensitive, and that's getting to know your own gifts, like we've said, those intuitive gifts. If you are an empath, if you're naturally empathic, and if you're watching this, you already have spiritual gifts, or you wouldn't gravitate to this. And so there's a lot of us out there that are empathic. So you got to take your power back again and find out which one is your body and what are you empathically taking and saying, taking responsibility for yours, but saying, you know what, not mine, and go and clearing your energy and making that boundary of like, that's not mine to take on. That's not mine to process, and that's not mine to feel. And being able to strengthen that boundary within yourself so you can process yours and not everyone around you. Have you ever like walked into a room, especially around your family? We can empath our family more than anybody because they're deeper. And you walk in and you're like, oh, as soon as I walked in, I got so tired and I feel depressed. You might be picking up on your mother's depression, or you might be picking on your, you know, like your best friend's, whatever they're going through. You don't need to process their shit. You have permission slip to not do that. And then I have the no place like home. So getting into your body, but this is reversed. This is also, this no place like home tells me that, I'm going to go back to the last message, that you have to do things differently. This card says that what the familiar is might not be what's best for you. That's your comfort zone. And for you to get the things that you need, you know, we'll use the body because we're in Virgo and we've been talking a lot about the body. If you're wanting to lose weight, you know, you're not going to get a different body result if you're doing the same things, right? If you're still like hanging out, watching TV and eating old foods, you have to get out of your comfort zone and like go to the gym or find a personal trainer or go take classes. And that might be like, you might be thinking, oh my God, that is so terrifying to me. Well, you have to do those things to get your results. So be willing to get out of your comfort zone to have the results that you're wanting. And that goes with career and love. You might have to put yourself out there in a different way, or really to start taking the action steps to produce the results you're looking for. Also, what I'm getting in this, I have the Fool card. This time it's in reverse. There is a little bit more of a hesitation to like let the past behind, like let the past go, let the old habits go. That's the only way you're going to find harmony, connection, friendships, and also like harmony and friendships, yet also romance and playfulness, inner child. So you have to let the past go so you can attain these feelings. Just feel into that, right? First, we'll go into harmony. Feel into harmony where the heart and the mind are working together in this beautiful cohesion. Feel into, again, the harmony around friendships and connections. And then feel into having fun and play and enjoying your life. Enjoying everything you're doing and really embodying the joy no matter what you're doing. Even if it's cleaning the house, those ordinary things. If you bring joy into that, you will be filled with joy in whatever you do. And that's where your power lies, okay? But you got to get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
All right. Well, for our next aspect, I've got that too. I've got that playfulness card coming up. For the sun, shifting into Libra. So for the next 30 days, starting on Thursday at 7:21 a.m. Pacific time, we've got the sun in Libra, joining Venus in Libra for one more day, and Jupiter in Libra for the next year. And you know, this is not always the essence of Libra, but I think that in its highest and best and, you know, happiest place, this can be that Libra energy, that joyful, oh, the world is beautiful. I love the world. I love everything that's happening in the world. Libra at its like highest and best is like pleasure, love, balance, harmony. It also has, you know, the elements of justice coming in really strongly. It brings in the elements of relationships, which may not be some of those harmonious moments, but in its highest and best, I think when we are like in harmony, this is who we are as spirits. This is who we are as energies. And I love how the universe wants us to get there. I've got from the, what is it? Angel Prayers. I still don't know what this deck is actually called. I have Connect with Music. And this reminds me actually of a card that I think of as being so Libra, the Lakshmi card from the Goddess deck. The Lakshmi Bright Future card for some reason, this Connect with Music card reminds me of that. It also reminds me of the Sarasvati card. Thank you, angels, for inspiring me through music, through that which is beautiful. So over this month, this is where we're wanting to move into. It's a period of rebirth for ourselves, bringing forward the joy, bringing forward the possibilities of the abundance of the good things. I've got the source card here. So that's what I see. We've been through like all of these crazy astro things, and the universe is like, here, this is where we want to get to. We want to bring forth your light. We want to bring forth your beauty. We want you to shine in this world. But part of what you're going to need to look at, I don't even know what Nikki's got over there. She's running her hands through her hair, and I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, no.
No, it's good. It's good. It's just, it's funny because I'm asking questions and I keep pulling the exact card I think is going to pull up. And I'm like, okay, I know exactly where this is going.
Oh, my God. Okay. I'm looking forward to it. But one of the things that we need to get past is the comparison energy. And I think a lot of us, me included, talking about this morning with Nikki before this thing, have that comparison energy when it comes to our light, when it comes to our beauty, when it comes to our gifts and our talents, which is part of that energy that Libra can bring forward. Our talents, that's Venus energy. Stop comparing yourself. You're never going to be this divine child of light. You're never going to reach your complete potential of source, all of the possibilities that you are, if you're still in this place of comparison. You are an oak tree, you're a bamboo tree, you're a petunia, you're a marigold. You are exactly who you're meant to be. But that comparison, when you're trying to be anybody else or comparing your music to anybody else's, then you're not getting to play your own divine song. So this is really this time during Libra to come into your gifts of yourself, to appreciate the beauty of who you are and let go of that comparison. Just let your light shine as it is. This is part of that worth energy that we're working on. This is part of major self-love energy, is being like, well, this is who I am right now. I may as well accept it. I may as well show up and do my very best from this place that I am here, right now. And that, I think, is leading to this card, the abundance card. Like I said, that Lakshmi energy. It says, if you could wish for anything at all, what would you wish for? What would you love to be, have, and do? Relax into the moment, or for a moment, bring your awareness to your heart center, and then take your time, breathe, explore the feeling there. Know that all is possible within the world of spirit. And then let your heartfelt yearnings and imaginings, I didn't mean to read this whole thing, but flow through you from the center of your soul. Keep your vision alive of basically of your light. Know your light with this card, and then nurture that light. Nurture it until it blooms like this heart blooming within her. Imagine yourself surrounded by love and light as you declare the following. From now on, I plant seeds of love through my every thought, word, and action. All that I would love to be, have, and do already exists inside me and will manifest at the perfect time. An aura of light surrounds me, and my heart is endlessly flowing stream of liquid gold. I am blessed. Bring forward this level of love for yourself, and then watch the other things unfold from that place. But like, stop comparing yourself. Be you. Embrace you fully. Nicole?
So, funny enough, guess what card I picked again? No place like home in reverse. We have to get out of our comfort zone again and again and again. This is the third time that I got this message. I'll get there in a second. So, I have the totality card. This is you moving from one place to the next. This is requiring you to take a leap of faith into a new part of yourself. This is you being one person and then shifting completely to being a different person to get a different result. Now, you don't know how to be this person. I know it's scary to the point where I'm going to read this to you because I keep getting the same bargain message, okay? There are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory-driven creatures, and we look for certainty for what we know, even the qualities we seek in other people. I want you to listen to this because this is going to really go into the Libra energy. Even in the qualities that we seek in other people and in the external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that there that there you will find your new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Do the opposite of what feels right. I know that sounds scary, even if it's uncomfortable, because what feels right is what feels familiar, and what you will attract and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. So if you're looking for change, you can't go to the familiar. If you're looking for a new result, new people in your life, you can't keep going to the familiar. And this is going to have to do with, and I got these two cards, this is why I was laughing, the harmony of friendship. So this is around relationships, this particular message. So if you're like, I want a relationship in my life, I want a new man or a new woman in my life, and you keep finding the old paradigm, it's because you keep going into what was familiar. So the uncomfortable place is you have to do something completely ass backwards to what you think you would have done before. You have to, even if it's pendulum swinging and that's a mess too, you have to break up the paradigm that you are stuck in. So you got to do something completely radical. And I know that sounds funny, but I have the transformation card. You have to do something that's going to, like, you got to light the fire to burn this old pattern away. And I think it has to do, the Rebel card talks about, following your own light, but this is also the masculine card. So if you're a man listening to this, you're going to have to do things completely different. The masculine paradigm is changing, and you have to do it completely different to get the results, not just the success. Men are changing from being success-driven to fulfillment-driven. Different things. You could have success without fulfillment. But if you're fulfilled, you'll always find success. So we got to go for the deeper meaning here, guys. If you're a woman, what you're looking for is you need a different paradigm of the masculine. And you can't keep going from this old paradigm with how you relate to the masculine. You have to transform this. You have to take that leap of faith so you can receive the masculine that you're looking for. And you have to say no to the men that are showing up in the old paradigm, because that is saying yes to the new relationship paradigm that you're looking for. That's this Libra energy. No, do not carry all their weight, women. Do not carry the men's weight anymore. Drop that stuff and allow them to carry you. Me and my husband are doing this practice right now because he's learning he wants to be the provider. So every night he picks me up and holds me in his arms. And he's like, I'm learning how to carry you. I'm learning how to carry you. Because I can't carry it all on my own. Okay? So that's the energy. You need a man that's willing to pick you up every day. And if your husband's like fighting you, if you go, hey, can you carry me every day to remind me that I can be held? And he won't do it. Well, there's some relationship paradigms that needs to be switched there. Because we need to be held, because we're breaking free in a new way, ladies. And we're trying to find our empowerment as the feminine. So we need this masculine energy to show up differently. And in this Libra energy, the only way to do that is you show up differently and ask for what we need. Ask to be held, ask to be feminine, ask to be vulnerable. Because in those places, that's where we become empowered.
I love that. I think that's so beautiful. That's so great. That's so perfect for Libra. Yay. All right. Okay. I'm like all in that. Like, oh my God. Okay. It's funny because some of the cards that you mentioned for Libra, I've got with this moon in Cancer, the moon shifting into Cancer on Friday. And it's interesting because one of the things that Nicole has mentioned over and over again are those comfort zones. And moon in Cancer is like, let's hold on to these comfort zones. And one of the cards I have from the angel prayers is change and transition, Archangel Azrael. And it's mentioning like, hey, this is a time to break on through. And I've got the Rebel card, that masculine energy, breaking through the chains. And I'm going to take this actually in a different way, a little bit different way, because I like the way she was talking about it with like the masculine showing up. I'm feeling this card may be just as much for the feminine energies, breaking through in this paradigm, breaking through showing up for yourself in a new way. I've got the let go card. And I think a lot of times the feminine energy will be like, I have to let this go. I have to change this. I have to do that. And yet we stick through those things. We're like, well, I love this person. I'm going to hold space for this person. And the universe is asking us, I think, as part of this change, as part of breaking through these comfort zones, as part of finding that own inner balance, to come step up, step in, let your own masculine energy come in and cut those chains, cut and release those places where you personally need to let go. I've got the mind card in this too. So your mind may be going overboard, up, down, everywhere, trying to make reasons why you should stay, trying to make reasons why you should not stay. Come back to the wisdom that we talked about earlier in the week and listen to your body. What is your body saying in and through this? Is this whatever you're wanting to let go of, is it serving you at this time, or is it not serving you? And let that be your decision in how to proceed, to free yourself and to step up out of your comfort zone in a new way. The other card that I have with this is I have the meditation card. So this is another thing. If you're not really sure, I love how all these cards are so feminine. If you're not sure about this, how to go about it, listen, tune in. Ask your inner masculine energy to come and talk to you, help you through it. Ask trusted guides beyond, whether it's a roomie, Dr. Wayne Dyer, or even a relative that's passed on, how to proceed, how to bring forth and be, your own support system as you need to, break through and let go. And this may not be comfortable with the moon in Cancer, but Venus is shifting into Scorpio, and Venus shifting into Scorpio has got your back when it comes to this. So, it's just kind of taking Nicole's message a little further, that they're part of this change, part of getting through this comfort zone, maybe you standing up for yourself in another way. And I love the prayer on here with Archangel Azrael. Thank you, Azrael, for leading me safely through this change. So this is a nice, strong, masculine energy that can help you through. Bring him on in. Look at that Phoenix tattoo. Oh my God. I like it.
These are like sexy angels.
I know, they're totally sexy angels.
Did I tell you about the vision that I had about Archangel Michael?
I don't think so.
I'm going to go off on a tangent just for a minute. So I'm in my car, right? And I'm listening to like top 40 music. I think like Rihanna was on or something. And all of a sudden I get this really vivid image of Archangel Michael, and like, he's not fully naked. He has like shorts on or something with his big wings. And he's like, he has his chest bare and he's doing like, he's dancing. He's like this. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, what do you think I dance to? Oh, no, this shit is catchy. And he's like dancing. And I'm hysterically laughing at my stripper Archangel Michael over there, like dancing to Rhiannon. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I love him. Anyways, never ceases.
I'm definitely convinced that when I turn up Pitbull and all the other really raunchy songs that I love to dance around to, because the more booty shaking happy it is, the happier I am. I know I have a crowd with me who are like, shake it, twerk it.
Oh yeah, they get down. And oh my God, I was laughing so hard. I was like, okay, well, that is my laugh of the day. Thank you, Michael, for
Awesome.
do it. Like, he was like stripper Archangel Michael. I was like, wow, he's like Magic Mike. Okay, anyways, let's back focus, Nikki, focus. Okay, so what I'm getting in this Cancer energy is there is going to be a certain decision you're going to make. Okay, so what I'm getting, first of all, is I have the celebration card in reverse. I have the participation card in reverse, and I have the letting go card in reverse. So I feel as though like there is something that is going on. So I have to intuit this because the cards kind of confused me a little bit, but this is what I'm getting from it. So there's a decision or something that you have to do in your life that maybe all the people around you have been supporting you to do. And it's really nice to have that support. But at the end of the day, you have to walk the path alone. You have to go and make the decision and do this thing on your own. So it's either a decision that you have to make, a conversation that you have to have, or you know, like me, I'm teaching workshops, but I have a team with me, but I'm the one that has to stand on stage, get through my stage fright, and put myself out there. It's mine to do, not theirs. They can support me all day long, and they can, and you have to do that. And the only way you're going to be able to do that, you can have the support of your friends. You must go ahead, take the steps to have your own success, right? They can't walk through the door for you. And I do that with my clients. They want my support all day long, and I keep going, the only thing I can do is point to the door. There's the door, there's the door, there's the door. I can't walk through it for you. I love you. But how, it's like working out. It's like, that's like asking it. A lot of times I feel like my clients are like, I really want to get strong muscles. And I go, okay, here's the weights. And they're like, I don't really want to lift them. I'm like, well, I can't lift them for you. I'll make my muscles stronger, but yours won't get any stronger. So you have to go and do those things on your own. They can only support you and guide you through or push you forward as much. You have to walk through the door on your own, with your own courage, and with you, because that's going to build your muscles, your spiritual muscles, your courage muscles. You have to walk the path. They can't walk it for you. And I have the come to the edge card in reverse. The only thing that's actually stopping you, seriously, there's nothing actually stopping you except fear. And it's that old adage, false evidence appearing real. There's nothing actually to be scared of. But this is also, it's amazing because this is your threshold guardian. Until you walk through that threshold of fear, walk into it and through it, you aren't going to be able to get to the next level. But it's there for a reason. It's there because until you walk through that, you're not ready yet. But when you walk through it, the universe is like, success, woo-hoo. And your treasure island will be waiting, but you have to do it. So take a deep breath, breathe. You have to let go of your trading wheels and your support team and walk through the threshold of fear on your own, because all it's going to do is bring you more success and strengthen your spiritual muscle. And it's time to do that. That's kind of off on a tangent, just like my archangel dancing, but it is what it is.
Tangents are necessary. Archangel dancing is also necessary. All right. So next we have Venus shifting into Scorpio, my natal Venus placement that is happening. It's actually happening in the morning on Friday. And I'm going to show you my first card that I have with this. This is so Venus and Scorpio. I've got the compromise card in reverse. So Venus, planet of worth, planet of love, planet of your talents. In Scorpio, the place of boundaries and transformation, empowerment. I think ultimately Scorpio is ultimately about empowerment. It's saying, hey, no more compromise. It is time to break through. Where have you been compromising yourself? Where have you been compromising your worth? Where have you been compromising your power? I've got the suppression card. So if there's been something, whether it's in yourself and in your own thinking about your worth, or whether it is in an outside relationship or outside relationships, there's an energy that's been holding you back, causing the suppression. The universe is like, fear not. It's time for a breakthrough. And this breakthrough is coming through all the worth energy that we have been doing, by you not compromising yourself, by you being willing to be like, I know who I am and I'm going to own that energy. Somebody said to me the other week, is like, we look for respect basically outside of ourselves. We look for others to respect us. But the thing is, like, are you respecting you first? Mm-hmm. This is the place where to hold that energy first. That's where to like really look at that compromise energy to see if you're compromising. If you are handing over, not respecting yourself, just even within yourself. And then it reflects outside yourself. But if you are respecting yourself, you will carry yourself with that grace. And in any given situation, you'll be able to make that breakthrough. But if you're not, this is what that suppression energy is. You're holding yourself back. You're holding back your worth. So this Venus through Scorpio for the next couple of weeks is wanting to empower you into that place where you're like, I know my worth. I am empowered. I am whole within myself. I'm, working through these lessons and transcending. I've got the transience card, transcending, moving beyond these other energies that don't serve you, those places where you are compromising yourself, through that place of owning that respect for yourself. Now, part of this, and taking it back to the physical body, I've also got the take a step back card. And this said is the angels are like take time to take a step back thing open. But it says take time to breathe. Take a step back. Take the time to breathe. Scorpio energy can also be really reactionary. It's like, I'm going to strike you. I'm going to get you. This card is saying, hey, before you lash out, come back to that place of self-respect. Find it in you first. And then you will either come from a place of like, this isn't okay with me. I'm breaking free. I'm letting that go, feeding into all that Cancer energy that we just talked about. Or, you'll be like, oh, this is really reflecting something in me. But that's where you take the power back when it comes into your like responsibility. How are you showing up with it? When you're lashing out, we don't usually get the results that we really want. But when you come from that place of like wholeness, embodied, I'm not going to compromise who I am, you will respond in a way that will make yourself proud. And so that's what I'm really getting with this. Like before you respond, come in, connect with yourself, figure out what's really going on inside, and then let it go from there. And it may be, a case of putting down a boundary, or it may be a case of learning to love another part of yourself deeper. I think it could go in many different ways, but definitely take that breath first to connect in with yourself. Nicole?
I also really love the story behind it. Ooh, I don't know why I'm echoing all of a sudden. Okay. I also love the story behind the cards, and I pulled them out of my deck just so I can show you. The suppression card and the breakthrough. Doesn't that look like this part of the story and then the next part of the story? It's like it's already cracking. You see the cracks, and then boom, breaking through the cracks of that suppression. So I love that story. Okay.
Yeah.
Guess what I picked, you guys? You'll never guess. And I picked them together. Nope. Oh, wrong card. No place like home in reverse, and the nothingness card. Guys, we are moving into a place of uncertainty. We are moving in a place of the unknown where the familiar is not working anymore. And the Scorpio energy is definitely telling me this. And this, so I have the postponement card, but there's another card in, I don't remember which one it is, but it's in the Wisdom of the Oracle. And it talks about being the armchair astronaut. And this is the energy that this one gives me. It's like how we have these dreams and we postpone it. We postpone it. We postpone it. We don't think we're ready, or we don't know how to go about doing that. We have all these dreams, but we're the armchair astronaut. We don't take any action based off of our dreams. And this Scorpio energy is, I think this is Scorpio energy. It's in relationships, but I also think this is Scorpio energy within ourselves. So I have, in the past, the ordinariness card in reverse. And this ordinariness card in reverse is saying you need to move out of the ordinary world, what you're comfortable with, like I've been saying the whole time, to go into this place that we fear. And this card is completely dark. The darkness, oh my gosh, we're so scared of our own darkness. Don't be scared of your own darkness. There's beauty and gold and light inside of there, but you have to shine a flashlight in those dark places so we can see our own totality of who we really are. This is the existence card. This is who we really are. And if you are only seeing the good and happy things about yourself, then you're missing out on the yin and the yang. You're missing out on the other side. The energy that you're suppressing is maybe something we're scared to know about ourselves. But then you're not total. Then you're not in totality. We are all the colors of the rainbow. We are white. We are black. We are the grayscale. We are all of it. And if you don't embrace and accept and love all of those little crevices within you, then you're missing out on some different things. And guess what they're also doing? When we don't look at our shadows, they actually start undermining in the subconscious everything we're doing. So people are seeing the shadows we don't want to see, even if we want to hide them, right? And they're coming out, and they're coming out anyway. So you have to look at those things so you can take ownership and then learn how to use the dark things. It's a lot like the Debbie Ford message is like, what is it? The dark side of the light chasers or something of that, where she says any negative quality that we have can be tuned to be positive. And any positive thing that's too high can can be a shadow as well. I see that with politeness or generosity. If we're just, you know, generosity is amazing, but if you're giving and giving and giving and giving and giving, you're going to deplete yourself if you don't receive, right? So it's always keeping everything in balance, everything in balance. And so you got to see your darkness so you can tone it down and you can learn, like, aggression could be assertiveness. And sometimes you need to be a little aggressive so nobody walks all over you, or assertive so you can speak up for what you need, right? So all of the darknesses can be in balance, in harmony, and all the light can get out of harmony, and, you know, then you're a people pleaser or a pushover, right? So then we have to keep these guys in balance, and that's what mastery is. That's what the master level is. And that might be an uncertain place for you, and it might be unfamiliar, or going in those dark places are going to be a little scary. But it's the only way that you're going to have complete self-acceptance. And after self-acceptance comes true, unconditional self-love. And that's the only way to do it. You got to love those little dark crevices that you're uncomfortable with. Okay. That's Scorpio, right? I mean, the Scorpio sees that, I mean, they have to sometimes, I mean, they're the most misunderstood sign of the zodiac because of their intensity, and because of their sharpness, and because of their poison, because of the venom. And their venom, the thing that I know about, especially about reptiles with venom, is they also can be medicine, right? But the dose is in the, or the poison is in the dose.
Yeah.
Right? Is that, am I saying that right? So yeah. The dose is in the dose makes the poison. So if it's too much, then it's a drug, and then it's a poison. But if it's just the right amount, right, it could really break somebody free and become a medicine. So you have to see, even the scorpion's poison can be a medicine for you. I've had to learn that the hard way.
Right. Okay.
Over and over and over again.
Yeah. Right. But it's good lessons. Very good lessons.
That's what they tell me.
Okay, so finishing up the week, we have the moon shifting into Leo on Sunday. Let's see what happened Sunday morning. I'm going to start with this card because this card to me looks so much like Leo. It's the Transmutation card. So we've got transformation this week, we've got rebirth, we've got transience, and we've got transmutation. And all of this comes off, you know, we went through these crazy eclipse energies. It says you're currently undergoing a time of deep spiritual change. Creative and healing energies surround you. Old habits and thought patterns are being transformed by a process taking place on a deep inner level. You'll soon experience a renewed sense of well-being and creativity that will have a lasting and positive impact on your life. Listen to beautiful music and meditate, for this will help you. So that feeds into some of these other messages for this week. With this, I've got the intensity card. So look at how these cards match. The intensity card, the oh, Nicole's got it too. So this moon in Leo may not necessarily be the happy, happy, joy, joy, inner child. It may be the inner child, but like not necessarily the playful, happy, joyful inner child energy that I love through, what do you have?
I have happy, happy in reverse.
Happy, happy in reverse, oh my God. It may not be that. It may be happy, happy in reverse. And you know, the thing that's really coming up for me is this is right before Pluto's going direct. So these are going to be, through this week is the last few days of this Pluto retrograde. And Pluto loves to take us in and get us into the shit. I've got the burden card and I've got the sorrow card. But like Nicole said, I've also got the opportunities or the ordinariness card, which tells you there are gifts in this. So if you are feeling that intensity, this is old energies that need to be processed. This burden card, this is mind stuff. This is old mental yick coming up. And then the sorrow card is like the processing, the feeling. And in this sorrow card, it basically says like, you know, you have to go through this process of sorrow. See the gift in moving through this sorrow energy. It's there for you for a reason. It's part of your transmutation. It's part of this transformation energy. It can feel intense. I don't like it when I'm like on the floor bawling my eyes out, but those are such powerful times to move through and process through. So the moon in Leo may have you feeling the feels. It may have you going through some of this stuff. Just trust. Like one of my favorite Rumi poems, The Guest House. Anything that comes up, anything that you have to move through, it's like even this storm coming through is coming through and clearing you out for the next joy that's around the corner. So if you find yourself with the moon in Leo, not feeling that inner child joy, if you're feeling the tension, the moon's going to be meeting up with Venus and Scorpio, you're feeling that tension, you're feeling that darkness, it's okay. It's meant to be. Like, it's not just you. You're moving through it. This is part of your transmutation process. From the angel prayers, I've got the inner voice, and it says, thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. So connect in. Ask your angels to help you, be with you through it. It doesn't mean that the pain's suddenly going to go away. It doesn't mean that suddenly you're going to be okay. It doesn't mean that suddenly it's going to be like, happy, happy, joy, joy. But it does mean that you're not alone in this, and that you will make it through this, and okay, you're being guided. It's purposeful. Sometimes I think, when we go through the hard times, we're like, oh, why? And it's like, there's purpose. This is making you stronger. This is okay. Nicole?
Yeah, so I have the intensity card too. And one of the things that I have to say is I think that you might have, energetically you're not alone, but I think you're going to have to do this alone. And the reason why is because I think that anybody, like if they see you go through that, they might project whatever they want on your thing. I have the projections card and We Are the World in reverse next to each other. So in this, I'm like, you know what? I think because of this projections kind of feeling that we have to look within. And so it is going to get really intense. And the intensity is because we are breaking through shadows and seeing what really exists, who we really are. And this Buddha, this baby Buddha nature is birthed out of the shadow. But it will feel intense. I have the Come to the Edge card in reverse again. This is telling me that, again, even though it feels intense, even though it feels like shadow, what is a shadow consisting of? It's not real, right? It's just a projection. There's that word again, the projection of the light on something and puts a shadow on the wall. So it's that we're more scared of the shadow than the reality of what it is, because it could look like a little kid who sees a shadow of their stuffed animal on the wall and they're like, oh my God, it's a monster. And then they turn on the light and it's like a teddy bear and it's like there was nothing there. That's this energy. And that's why you have to go through it alone, because you might actually even feel a little silly when you see what the fear was. And that you were like, really? I was like scared of it. And it was like this kitten that comes out and it's like, oh yeah, there was nothing there. I have the happy, happy in reverse. It might not feel happy, happy, but at the end of the day, the only reason why it doesn't feel happy, happy, or doesn't feel good is because somewhere we took ourselves way too freaking seriously, and we took our fears a little too seriously, and we took like the whole process. Like I get the mountain out of a molehill kind of thing. It's like it's like we had a small fear, and then we made it bigger, and then we made it bigger, and then we made it bigger, and then it became this huge thing, and now I'm paralyzed and I can't do anything about it. And then it's like, well, okay, relax. Let's just do it. And then when it's done, it's like, really? I made that big of a deal out of that? Ugh. That was exhausting. Good to notice, right? So when are we making mountains out of molehills? Look, trust me, I'm a Virgo. I do that. I overanalyze the shit out of stuff. And I'm like, why did I sit there and process that? It was, like, what? There was nothing there. It was a distraction. And that's what it does. Again, I have the master, but it's in reverse. This is a master level thing. Let me get another thing with this. I got the ripeness card. So this is like being ready to take a step forward in this more mastery level stuff so you can get this completion. It was in reverse, but the reason why I think it's in reverse is because you're scared to complete that last little piece. That's where the fear is. That's where you made the mountain out of a molehill, because you're scared of some sort of completion, because what the heck is next? That uncertainty again, right? So complete what you need to complete. It might feel intense, but it's not going to be as big of a deal as you think it is. It really, 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 really will. The fear is way bigger than it actually is. And by the end of it, and you're just stressing yourself out for no freaking reason. Just get what needs to be done. Because at the end of the day, I think what you're going to see, it was just a projected image of the fear that you put on somebody else or something else or the situation. But once it's finally over with, you're going to be like, oh, I can breathe again. I can live my life again. I can complete this and start something else. That's it.
That's it. Well, then that's it for this week. Just that, only those things.
Only that hour of power right there.
Seriously. So you have anything going on? I know you have your class. People can still sign up, right?
I have 1 or 2 slots left. I think 1 slot left, and that starts on Thursday. So if you guys want to join me in the Artist Way class, this is where we go for 12 weeks. And we go deep into your process, where we were blocked creatively and intuitively. We start breaking open those blocks. We start living the life and seeing that purpose, seeing that through line, so you can start living at your full potential, and also just uncover blocks so we can be more creative and have a more vibrant life.
I highly recommend it. It's awesome and really good timing with all this aster that we just talked about.
Oh yeah, and then you have support, and you have my support. So you can do the inner work, you can do the soul work that we've been talking about, and then you have a little bit of guidance and support through that. And I give you exercises and I give you tools. So you're not just supported by me, you are supported by the tools. So you gain the confidence on how to do this work on your own and know that you're being taken care of. And we also really work on that communication on your higher self, and that, like I give you tools so you start opening that channel.
Yeah, I have to just say too, having done it twice, it's not just the support of Nicole, which is amazing, and you get so much of it for the price, like so much support from her, but it's also the support from everybody else in the class. Like it's really, you really become a family, and you make friends, that you can really hold space with, and you get a lot of insight and support, not just from what they're going through, but from what they say to you. Like there's so much insight, there's so much given in that class. So if you've been on the fence, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, it's like you get both. You learn how to be the support for others too, and you get to learn how to use your intuition, like, oh, I think I got a hit on that. And I let you ask them questions, and then they ask you questions, and it becomes this thing where you get, I don't know, it's a give and receive type of thing. And we really have made some really great friends from this class.
Totally. Absolutely. All right. Well, that's it. I don't have anything going on. You can book a reading, just any of the regular readings on Gaia Blooming, but I don't have anything special going on right now. But that's it for this week. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Namaste.
Namaste.